Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and today's video is going to be an extravaganza. That's right, 4 replays in one video, 4 replays featuring, yet again, the new French wheeled light tanks. They have been a topic of discussion on social media, on the forums, on any form of discussion board that you might be involved in when it comes to wheeled tanks and wheeled tanks gameplay. Wheeled vehicles have been certainly a pretty hot topic since they were introduced to the game. We're going to have a look at 4 replays today featuring the Tier 6 and 7 Tech Tree tank as well as the Tier 8 Premium tank. And if you want to see even more, come back on Wednesday where you might see a little bit of Tier 10 Ace tanker action. Kicking us off is Twit from Daddy Clan. Now he's in the Tier 6, the AMD 178B, the 178B at Tier 6. Not a bad gun, I must say. Not a bad gun at all. 110 alpha damage, 120 penetration with armor piercing rounds, which is standard in this tank. APCR 160 penetration, and one thing that people are also talking about is the HE round. You get a decent amount of extra damage, 175 alpha damage compared to 110 for 75 penetration. Now 75 penetration, yeah, it's a bit less than the standard rounds, but if you come up against something pretty lightly armoured, such as another light tank or an artillery piece, then those HE rounds are really going to play havoc with your opponent. One thing one strategy which I'm sure I've mentioned before that I've started using is starting off with HE. You can see the Twit is switching to HE now in the presumption that if you're going to see a tank early on, especially if you're going for those early spotting positions, if you're going to see a tank early on, it's probably going to be another one of these French wheeled light tanks or another light indeed. Now Twit makes a little bit of a wrong turn here, which is very, very easy to do in these tanks because they are fast, and because they are fast, you can see he's put 2 shots into the 178B on the other team, who's clearly possibly on a mission to find some artilleries, and that's exactly what he's done. Timer Liu, that's an interesting in-game name. He's gone for these artillery pieces. Twit has got the kill, but he has lost some teammates. Oh, he hasn't lost any artillery, so the artilleries didn't get killed. You can see the SU-8 continuing to run away. He knows he's been lit. He knows what arty players are like. He knows that the enemy arty will quite possibly be looking in his direction. Anyway, Twit from Daddy Clan in the AMD 178B. He's up to 690 alpha damage already, and you can see he's sticking with the HE round as he goes after the EBR Hotchkiss. The EBR Hotchkiss is going to be the next 2 replays in today's video. The Tier 7 French wheeled light tank, and yet again, it is pretty lightly armoured, and high explosives is certainly a valid option when it comes to coming up against these things. We saw it on front lines, and that's been another hot topic of discussion. Wheeled French light tanks at Tier 8 on the front, like very dominating the not as much as artillery. When you see the queues, plenty of people still queuing up in artillery for front lines, but these French wheeled light tanks certainly worth their weight in gold in the frontline game mode. I know when I've been playing it and I've been scrolling through my normal fast premium Tier 8 tanks, including the EBR 75 in front lines, I've got more generals by using the wheeled tanks than by not using the wheeled tanks. Twit sticking with the HE rounds because he's up against a Hellcat, which is not known for its armor. The enemy M44 just killed him. The score's 9-7. Twit's on 1 kill, 1,011 hit points of damage, which is not bad. He started with 570 hit points, but the score's 9-8. They haven't won this one yet, and Twit knows that. He's not going to be throwing his hit points away looking for some cheap late damage. He wants to make sure that he can get in there, and you can see him. He's driving around here. The thing with these French wheeled light tanks is they are what's the word I'm looking for? They're easy to flip. They're easy to roll. They're a little bit like cats, though. They do tend to land on their feet, but every now and then you're going to find yourself upside down. He's got the Christmas camouflage on it, which is going to make it look even better. He gets set on fire by the P43 TER. Now, that's a little Italian Tier 7 medium tank. It does have a pretty punchy gun, and of course he loses his engine there, doesn't fix it straight away, wants to get into cover though. He's more focused on that artillery. Shoots him once with an high explosive round for 168 hit points of damage, and the Crusader SP finishes off the job, and that brings the score back to 10-8. 1 kill to Twit from Daddy Clan. 1175 damage done, 176 assisted damage. He fixes his engine, and now what's he looking at there? Tank destroyer right there on the red line. HE again, only for 51 hit points that time. Looks like it might have went into his tracks. He does get spotted, so he starts to make some evasive manoeuvres because there is still 2 artillery pieces in play on the enemy team. The other 2 normal tanks were last spotted down there in the east, the P43 TER and the KV85. That's a guy who set him on fire and is rolling around here looking for the IKV. Finds the IKV 90B. I don't know where that shot went either. He switched to armor piercing rounds now because he doesn't want to take the risk. Doesn't want RNG to shaft him too badly. The IKV 90B going after the P43 TER. The IKV 90B wins that fight, and Twit auto aiming on the tier 7 Swedish tank destroyer, shooting him once, shooting him again. He's back to HE again. Interesting. He's gets the kill, gets rid of that one, and that just leaves 3 enemy tanks. One of them is an artillery, the M44. I thought he was. No, he probably wasn't last spotted over there. Looks like his teammates are calling for him to get on the cap. Artillery takes a shot and misses. Is he going to go for the cap? I'm not sure if he's going to. 3 artilleries and the Twit on 50 hit points up against a P43 TER, KV85 and the M44 on the enemy team. 12-11 the score, 1,501 hit points of damage done, 286 assisted damage. His teammates are calling for him to cap, and it's probably a good thing he didn't, because that Italian medium tank would have cleaned him up easily on 403 hit points. The Italian medium tank could take 3 shots from the AMD 178B before dying, and the Italian medium tank could have killed Twit with 1 shot. The KV85 kills the Crusader SP. That's down there in the south, and it looks like Twit from Daddy Clan. He's going for the. It looks like he's going to try and get a bit of circle jerk happening. Now, of course, the good thing about these wheel tanks is that they're fast and furious. They're hard to hit. I guess that's what a lot of people are saying makes them potentially overpowered. A lot of people are saying that they are hard to hit, and that's certainly what I've found when I've been playing Frontlines on the Hong Kong server, that they are hard to hit, and that's why I drive them. It's as simple as that. It's hard for artillery to hit, it's hard for anyone else to hit, and Twit now reckons he's worked out where the M44 is. The M44 is going for the cap. He shoots him once. He's out of HE rounds. He's nearly out of standard rounds as well. He rolls his tag. He does a big flip. Not a bad. He's just showing off now. Twit from Daddy Clan picks up his 3rd kill. That was him. That was him just showing off. The P43 TER gets rid of the M12 in the north, and now it's a 1 versus 2. The KV85 and the P43 TER on the enemy team. A tier 6 heavy and a tier 7 medium tank up against Twit in the AMD 178B on 50 hit points, which is 49 hit points more than he needs. There's the KV85. He pulls back a little bit, He needs to make a few of these shots count. He's sticking with armor piercing rounds. Shoots him once, saves him down to 360 hit points. He's going to need at least 3 shots to get rid of this KV85. More if you bounce more if you bounce shots like that one. 13-14 to score. He gets spotted. He gets spotted by the KV85, who has the P43 TER rotated around the other side, which is probably what he's thinking about doing. 50 hit points on Twit from Daddy Clan in the AMD 178B, the tier 6 French wheeled light tank. He wants to make sure he's no longer lit. Crashes into a dead tank. That's okay. 50 hit points left up his sleeve. 1877 damage done. 286 assisted damage. There's the P43 TER. He's on 403 hit points. It's probably going to take at least 4 shots from Twit from Daddy Clan to get rid of him. Now, they're both together, these tanks. He needs to get away from him. He doesn't want to be facing both of those tanks at the same time. Of course, it doesn't really matter which one shoots him. It's going to be a death roll for the AMD 178B. Pulls back. He's hoping that he's no longer spotted. Needs to get some health out of the P40 TER. Of course, he ricochets the side of the Italian medium tank. Finally switches to APCR. And they know where he is. He was spotted in this area not too long ago, but he's sort of running out of options. You can see the P43 TER was heading up here, heading in a northeasterly direction. More than likely thinking about crossing the bridge and then coming down. But the P43 TER, he crashes. What did he do? Did he fall off the bridge? Maybe he fell off the bridge. Maybe he was doing exactly what I said. Maybe he's talking about coming over this bridge and coming around and flanking Twit from Daddy in the AMD 178B. He will be furious he will be furious at himself. He will not be happy at all. Twit spots the KV85, doesn't get spotted himself, continues his run around the side. What's he on? 300. As a quick look, he's on about 360, which is going to be, I would suggest, 4 damaging shots to kill the KV85. There's 4.5 minutes left in the game. Time is not going to be a problem. There he is, but of course he's turning his way. Look, gets 101 out of him. 259 hit points left on the KV. So that's going to be 3 shots to get rid of him, unless he sets a fire or something like that. 1.5 minutes left on the cap. No rush at all. 4.5 minutes left on the clock. That P43 TER. He was having a good game. He was already on 3 kills. He was potentially gonna carry this game for his team. But then again, the KV85 on the enemy team also on 4 kills currently. The Twit making sure, double checking that he's no longer lit. Maybe is he going for the double bluff here? Maybe making the KV85 think he's going to take a different line and then going to turn back. I don't know. 1 minute left on the cap timer. 4 minutes left on the game clock. Looks like he is going to go around that way. I'll be tempted. To go back from anywhere along this ridge personally, because you can't aim at all of these areas at once. You can aim at all of these. He is aiming at him. He shoots him once. Did the KV85 fire then or not? I reckon he might have. Twit shoots him twice. He's going to continue. Shoots him again. Wins the game on 4 kills. Wins the game. Carries the battle, takes home the ladies, takes home the prizes. What a hero. The man is a hero. Twit from Daddy Clan. That's why Daddy Clan picked him up, folks. That's why he picked him up indeed. The AMD 178B. That's a tier 6. A tier 6 French wheeled light tank. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery badge, as well as a carry and a half. The Bruiser medal, fired up, 5 for effect, 2 bonds, because he got the Defender medal for reducing all those cap points on the cap when the artillery, originally the artillery, was trying to cap that one out. And finally the KV85. And of course he got the high caliber for doing more damage than anybody else on his team. 2,237 hit points of damage done, 4 kills, 1,235 base experience. He fired 29 shots, 22 hit, 18 penetrated, and a little bit of assisted damage as well contributed to that Ace Tanker Mastery badge. In that 11.5 minute game, he made nearly 15,000 credits. That's with a premium account. That's a standard tank though, and you got that. There's those 100 defense points for shooting the artillery and that KV85. Shout out to the P43 TER driver. He was only 1 shot away from winning that game, and he will be absolutely devastated. I really do think that he fell off that bridge on the way to try and flank the Twit, which is exactly the right thing to do. However, it just didn't quite work. Moving on to game number 2 now in this French wheeled light tank extravaganza. This is Gloster 173 from Airy Clan in the EBR Hotchkiss. That's a tier 7 French wheel light tank, and it's look, it doesn't feel as fast as all the other ones. This is to me anyway, and you can see Gloster's doing exactly what I mentioned earlier about starting with an HE round. 260 alpha damage for 75 penetration. That's the HE round. 260 alpha damage compared to the standard 170. That's a pretty good increase, especially when you're looking at the enemy team possibly finding one of the light tanks or even a Comet. You would certainly do a little bit of damage into the Comet, but the 178B on the enemy team, or what's the other light tank, the MT25, you'd certainly put a bit of damage into those two light tanks. And that's what I was talking about. When I used to play it, or when I'd play these things, I often start with an HE round, because as well as doing a little bit more damage, if you do get lit by one of the other French wheeled light tanks on the enemy team, you can not only do damage to them, but really slow them down, and get some more assisted damage for your score as well. 0-0 the score. We're on Procarovka. Now Procarovka, of course, is one of the perfect maps for any light tank. Gloster is top tier in this tier 7 game. Half tier 6s and half tier 7s. He's kicking back in these bushes over here at E2, which is a really good aggressive position to go to when you're spawning from the south. Of course, everybody knows when you spawn from the north, those bushes over there at sort of the E1 area, just right there, there's quite a few of them. If you can get there quick enough, you can often spot all the tanks who camp in the southwest, if you're spawning from the north. But this is sort of a counter position to that, I guess you could say. If you can get there fast enough, and a French wheel light tank will certainly get there fast enough. He's knocking a few things over. It'll be interesting to see if anybody blind fires him. It looks like nobody's gone for the E1 bushes on the in the northern part. The AMD 178B is currently lit in the middle of the map. No idea where the MT25 has gone. But look at this. Oh, look, you have to get pretty close. You reckon that Deshu 152 didn't have a camo net on? Jesus Christ, he just... Look, he found him. He got past him, but maybe he doesn't have any friends. You switch from HE back to standard ammunition to try and guarantee some penetrating shots into the back of the SU-152. He gets sniped by a T-29 over there. That's an interesting place for a T-29 to beat. Gloster 173 from Airy Clan. And there's the Tiger P. Don't we love it? Don't we love it when top tier heavy tanks are on the red line? This is, if you're on a light tank, especially a French wheeled light, or any light tank at all, when the top tier heavy tanks on the enemy team are sniping that red line, you rub your hands together and you say, no problems, I'll take this assisted damage all day. Thank you very much. 2-0, I should say, is the score on Procarovka. Gloster 173 from Airy Clan. He's in the EBR Hotchkiss, which is the Tier 7 tech tree version of the French wheeled light tank. He's just doing a bit of circle work here, soaking up the assisted damage up to 1100 and make it 2083 now as that Tiger P gets derped by the OI. 3-1's the score. 1 kill to Gloster. He's on 410 damage, 2,000 assisted damage. He's got APCR rounds loaded now because he was shooting towards the T29. APCR is 170 damage, 190 penetration. Standard is 160 penetration. And as I mentioned before, the HE 260, which is pretty handy indeed. That's what he switched back to. The AMD 178B shoots him with an HE round, pops his tyres. It doesn't take too many hit points out of Gloster, and that's the risk you've got to take. If the HE rounds hit the tyres, and if you're shooting at one of these tanks and you shoot him with an HE round that hits the wheels, you're not gonna do a great amount of damage, but you might really slow them down and get them killed that way. But if you hit the body, the lightly armoured turret or hull, then it's you're pretty good chance of getting a penetrating shot. There's the MT25. Looks like he was camping the red line as well. And MT25 shoots Gloster once. Gloster wants to get a lock on that auto aim and start circle jerking him. He's down to 62 hit points. He does get the kill on the MT25, but he has lost a hell of a lot of hit points to the MT25, I'd say, down to 62. Again, 61 hit points, more than you need. 3,500 assisted damage, 1,025 damage done. 3 kills is the score's 6-1, and now he's getting brave. He's getting brave on the T29, of course, the EBR Hotchkiss. It's got that auto aim. You don't have to auto aim, to right click on the tank. You don't have to be right over it. You don't have to be too far off being right over it, but you don't have to be exactly on the tank to get a lock. And that can be good or can be bad because you're driving so fast, and sometimes the tanks you are chasing are driving so fast. Sometimes it means that you don't lead your shots too well, but still, when you're circle jerking someone, if you've got a slow moving heavy tank, you auto aim and you turn around and around and around and staying away from his gun, you can make it work for yourself that way. The score's 10-1. Here comes a T20. T20's getting brave, going after the Churchill 7. He takes a jump, a massive leap of faith, shoots the Churchill, but fails to penetrate. Looks now towards the Thunderbolt, shoots him once for 149, leaves him on 1 hit point. Waits for the gun to reload. Don't shoot your teammate. There you go. Grabs kill number 5, and now he'll be fancying himself for a top gun. 5 kills to Gloster 173 from Airy Clan in the EBR Hotchkiss, the Tier 7 French wheeled light tank. Shoots the Oni but doesn't penetrate the shot. The P43T gets a kill on that one. Tries to get the kill shot on the KV13. Doesn't quite get it. Misses out on the top gun by that much. But jumping around in these wheelies certainly proving to be a little bit of fun for me old mate Gloster 173 from Airy Clan. Let's have a look at the battle result before we get game number 3 ready in today's French wheeled light tank extravaganza. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Also the Spotter Medal, Hand of God for surviving, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks. Duelist Fighter, 5 for effect. He got a bond for that performance, and that's because he got the patrol duty as well. 1,761 damage done. Didn't top the score charts for damage, but not far off it. 2 of his teammates got 1,900, and Gloster got 1,700. He fired 18 shots, 15 hit, 11 penned, but he got nearly 4,000 assisted damage. That's why he got that Ace Tanker. 1,486 base experience. He fired 18 shots, 15 hit, 11 penned, 4,000 assisted damage. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Even made nearly 24,400 credits. That's with a premium account in that 6-minute game. Doing the going over the jumps and the ridge lines of Procarovka in the Hotchkiss EBR, the Tier 7 French wheeled light tanks. Let's move on to game number 3, which is the same tank again. This time it's ZULUL Warrior from Yeti Clan. This is my old mate Crazy B, and he's enjoying this thing. Crazy he streams on Twitch. I'll just make that map a little bit bigger. This time we're on Sandy River, and of course the big thing that we love with these French-wheeled light tanks on Sand River is doing jumps on these sand dunes over here in the central northeastern part of this map. The score's 0-0. He's done a bit. He's found 3 tanks. He's found 2 EBR Hotchkisses on the enemy team, as well as the IS, which looks like the IS might be going for that northeastern part of this map. ZULUL Warriors, he's got the food running there, which is French strong coffee, which I would highly recommend for any light tank. And look at the bit of air coming from that one. He does get shot for 40 hit points. That was an HE round. He shot the other guy for 181, which would be a standard round. Yeah, just a decent roll on a standard ammunition. Doesn't waste his repair kit to fix his wheel, because he only lost 1 wheel. If you only lose 1 wheel, it doesn't seem to slow you down too much. Now I'm not sure if not sure what I was going to say. ZULUL Warrior in the EBR Hotchkiss. He's on 181 damage, 110 assisted damage. Just kicking back here, watching the circus sort of happen over there in the middle of Sand River. He's probably got one eye on the mini-map. In fact, I know he's going to have one eye on the mini-map, and he's probably a little bit concerned at what his team are doing. Got 3 light tanks are over here helping him. Him and 2 other light tanks helping him. But the top tier heavy tanks on his team. It's a tier 7 battle, so it's all tier 7s. The 45 TP and the Tiger P, I'd be a little bit concerned. One of the 45 TPs, anyway, I'd be a little bit concerned. They haven't moved from base. The Tiger P's gone up to this. You can see him. Can we see him? The Tiger P's gone over there in the with artillery, and the 45 TP looks like he hasn't left the base. Maybe something's gone wrong. Maybe his better half has given him a better offer. Who knows what he's doing? 0-0 is a score. ZULUL Warrior already on 373 hit points of damage, 110 assisted damage. Just kicking back here, waiting to see what's going to happen in this game. He's got a mission that's already done. He's already done that mission. He's probably going to try to maybe get it with secondary conditions. I'm not too sure on the mission for the Excalibur. Just quickening the replay up here, because it looks like it's a bit of a slow point. Finds a 45 TP on the enemy team, shoots him, doesn't manage to penetrate. Switches to APCR, which is premium ammunition for this bad boy. Shoots him 1, takes him down to 1,019 hit points. One of his friends shoots him. They're focus firing on that 45 TP, which is the right thing to do. Get rid of one of those heavy tanks. The 45 TP on ZULUL Warriors team, though, a little bit concerning. A few light tanks here buzzing around like mosquitoes in the northern part of Sandy River. The WZ131 looks like it's coming to play, and the 2 auto-loaders as well, the T71DA and the 1375. I'm sure if these guys all work together, and they could really own these heavy tanks, really outflank them, outplay them, and just get rid of 2 tanks pretty quickly. That's what ZULUL Warrior will be thinking. Unfortunately, his first auto-aim shot doesn't quite land. The 45 TP clearly looking in his direction. He's sticking with APCR rounds, which is the right thing to do. There's 2 heavy tanks up here, the IS and the 45 TP. Both of them are got a handy amount of armour. His team are down by 3 tanks. Now it's 1-3 as the 1375 gets the first kill on ZULUL Warriors team. Unfortunately, the IKV-90B gets taken out. Here comes the IS. The E25 is trying to get up close and personal to the IS, and ZULUL Warrior needs to help him. He's auto-aimed, he shoots him once, takes him down. He's a 1-shot now. 1375 comes in. The IS shoots the E25, and the E25 gets his revenge. 2-4's the score on Sandy River. ZULUL Warrior from Yeti Clan in the EBR Hotchkiss on 1,000 damage already, 317 assisted damage. They've tidied up the north quite nicely. The AMX 1375, the E25, ZULUL Warrior in the Hotchkiss, and shout out to the WZ131. He's been taken out, and the T71DA, who looks like he might be going back to try and get rid of this light tank over here. There's some concerning stuff happening on the minimap. The EBR Hotchkiss on the enemy team has gone all the way up to that Saint Emile, and it looks like he's cleaning up Is he cleaning up the artilleries as well? No, the artilleries are still safe for now, which is interesting. The 45 TP still hugging that red line. Not sure what this 45 TP is doing. I don't think he is playing this game. The Lorraine 15550 is heading north. You can see that on the mini-map. He probably should have done that a little while ago. He does have the manoeuvrability to do that. 5-7's the score. Zulu Warrior will not be giving up yet. Shoots the side of the 45 TP on the enemy team. One more will get rid of him. The E25 again gets that kill. That brings the score back to 6-8. Again, running down by one tank. Now, two tanks, or three tanks, I should say. Tanks are dropping left, right, and centre, folks. Is this going to be a fast and furious game? Who knows? 7-9's the score. Zulu Warrior on 1,382 damage, 1,490 assisted damage. He's just making the most of his position, just farming damage here. Still only down by three tanks. Shoots the AMX 1375, takes him down to 509 hit points. The one artillery has survived, and that's that Lorraine, who got out of there pretty quickly. The 45 TP, can we see what kind of health? He's still on full health, and he's still at the base. 7-10's a score. It's probably really, 7-11's a score now. It's probably really 7-12. I'm convinced that 45 TP is not playing this game. Zulu Warrior, formerly known as Crazy B, Crazy in the EBR Hotchkiss, shoots towards the T25 AT, Tier 7 American non-turreted tank destroyer, and that is trying to get rid of the E25. He sees, is that going to be a kill? He's not. He's going to get out of the way just in time. 7-11's the score. He's not giving up. SU-152, he shoots him. Did he track him? I think he might have. Looking for some more damage into the side of the Russian tank destroyer. Takes him down to 73 hit points. Don't miss this one. Doesn't miss this one. Picks up his first kill. Brings the score back to 8-12. Don't forget, one of those tanks is an AFK 45 TP. There he goes. The M12 on the enemy team gets rid of him. Be interesting to see. Yeah, well, anyway, some people just don't play. 8-13's a score. It's 2 versus 7. What? How's this going to work? Make it 2 versus 6. He gets a kill on the T25 AT. 2 versus 6 now. 9-13 is the score. 2 versus 6. Zulu Warrior in the EBR Hotchkiss and a little French artillery player, the Lorraine 15550 at Tier 7. The score's 9-13. On the enemy team's got the Panther M10. Yeah, Panther M10 was last spotted over there in the sniping tank destroyer spot at F1, cleaning up those heavy tanks. I'll be very interested to see how he went. I reckon he might have got a fair bit of assisted damage as those three artilleries pounded on those camping heavy tanks on Zulu Warrior's team. 9-13's a score. He's looking towards the AMX 1375, not switching to HG. Probably because he's only on 163 hit points, which is one shot for a standard round. Shoots him and kills him, and that's the last light tank on the enemy team. All three of the enemy artilleries are shooting Zulu Warrior's way. It doesn't lose too much health though, still on 710 hit points out of the 750. And this is where you can really stretch your legs in a light tank. If you're full health at this kind of part of the game, you can really make the most of it for your team. 10-13's the score. So it's 2 versus 5. 3 artilleries on the enemy team. The Panther M10 and the T25-2. 2 Americans and 1 German artillery. That's why he's going to use his speed and his agility to stay the hell out of the way of the artillery shots. Of course, when the artillery shoots, by the time the shell lands, if Zulu Warrior's not tracked or blocked or something like that, he's not going to catch the shell. And that's what he'll be thinking. He'll be thinking, I'm still in this. Well, probably wants to get rid of the Panther M10 first. That's quite possibly what he's thinking at, looking at the direction he's travelling in. The Panther M10 last spotted up there at F1. Gets rid of that, and that will be a lot of vision out of the enemy team. He's rolling up towards where the Panther M10 was last spotted. Is he still there? Is he flipped or something like that? I don't know. No, he's certainly not where he was last spotted. That's where the Panther M10 was last spotted. Panther M10's a Tier 7 preferential matchmaking premium German medium tank. He's not there anymore. Where would he be? I don't know where he is, but he's just found a couple of arties, and you see him wiggling his turret. He's rubbing his hands together. Switches to HE after he shoots the GW Panther once. Come on, gun load. Shoots again and grabs kill number 4. Now it's 2 versus 4, but he didn't get spotted then. It did not get lit. The Lorraine 15550 killed the M12, so that's only 1 artillery left on the enemy team. No idea where that Panther M10 is. I would gather the Panther M10 has either gone back to base or he's looking for the Lorraine 15550, in which case ZULUL Warrior is probably thinking that, and he's thinking, well, maybe I ought to make sure that this Lorraine 15550 is going to be okay, just in case the Panther M10 is going after the Tier 7 French artillery. Going for a different angle here, driving around like a man possessed. We have quickened up this part of the road. Look at the air. Loves a little bit of air. Look at that's what he's thinking. Oh, well, they're not going to come after me. I'm just going to do a few jumps. And that's what these French wheeled light tanks are all about. Switches back to APCR rounds now. Maybe just doesn't want to take a chance. The T25-2 might be up here. Last time the T25-2 was spotted, he was at the base. And the T25-2 is quite possibly saying, look, I'm a tank destroyer. That's what I do. I sit back at the base. Shoots and bounces the Panther M10. Panther M10 looks in crazy general direction. He shoots him for his 5th kill, and now it's an even ball game. 13-13. A light tank and a tank destroyer up against a tank destroyer and an SPG. I know where my money is. My money is on ZULUL Warrior from Yeti Clan in the EBR Hotchkiss. He's already up to 2,653 damage. 1,804 assisted damage. Looking at finding these tanks. Look at this. Thank you very much. He looks like he's got 6th sense because he started to move as soon as like 3 seconds after he was lit. Does he get him again? He does. Takes him down to 15 hit points. Artillery's already fired at him. He's still stunned, so he's really not going to be able to move around. Shoots and misses for the kill shot, but I don't think ZULUL Warrior is spotted quite yet. This is for a top gun. He wants to get him. I'd be very tempted just to YOLO this. YOLO straight into it, but he's quite. There we go. Finds the tank destroyer as well. Tank destroyer shoots him with an armor-piercing rounds. ZULUL Warrior shoots and misses. He's out of premium ammunition, folks. He's down to standard. He's got plenty of HE, but he's like thinking, well, artillery is going for the T25-2. That's the right call from the artillery. The artillery's going for the T25-2. Get rid of him, and it's going to be all over. Trades very, very well there. Trades one shot for the kill on the T25-2, and that's just going to leave the artillery left with 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. Artillery on 15 hit points. He's got a standard round loaded. He's not going to risk missing this one. Driving around, keep moving. He's probably loaded by now. ZULUL on 239 hit points. Does the right thing. Waits for Artie to make the mistake. Puts a shot into him. Grabs the top gun with the last shot of the game, just as the Lorraine 15550 tries to steal that kill. Let's have a look at that result. I can tell you right now, that was an absolute ripper. It did go for a little while. We went past the 14-minute mark, if you like. But ZULUL Warrior from Yeti Clan, an absolute ripper. Ace Taker Mastery Badge, Spotter Medal, Bruiser, 5 for effect, 4 bonds, Pascucci's Medal for killing 2 artillery pieces, Confederate for shooting more enemy tanks than anyone else. I reckon he shot all of them. Is that what it says? Is that all of them? Is that 15 tanks? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He shot all 14. He spotted or shot 14 enemy tanks. High caliber, of course, and the top gun. 3,171 hit points of damage. In the end, in that game, 6 kills, 1,629 base experience. He fired 36 shots, 26 hit, 21 penned, and 2,500 assisted damage. Credits, didn't make many credits, 43,466 credits down the tubes with a premium account, maybe because I'm not sure if he's paying full price for consumables or not, but maybe that would have saved him a little bit if he wasn't. But ZULUL Warrior, don't forget to check him out on Twitch. An absolute gentleman and fantastic player as well. Link will be down below with all the other stuff. Crazy ZULUL Warrior, what an absolute champion. Let's have a look at the 4th and final replay, this time featuring my old mate, the Flying Elite community contributor. Check him out on YouTube. His link will be down there as well. He's platooned up with his old mate Nate Palmer, also a community contributor from Yeti Clan in the Louis. That's how it's pronounced. That's the Louis. But Flying Elites in the EBR 75 FL10. Now the EBR 75 FL, is he trying to do missions? Maybe he's trying to track a few tanks. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. I reckon, I've got a feeling that's what he said to me. Anyway, the EBR 75 FL10, there was that enormous marathon mission for this tank not so long ago. A lot of people weren't too happy about the marathon mission because it was very, very grindy. Spot some tanks, the Premier Victoria, the Tiger 1, the IS-3A, all going up towards the hill. Flying Elite in the EBR 70. Now, this is the autoloader. This is the one autoloader in the class, if you like. 1 second. Don't want the coffee to go cold. The coffee often goes cold on the Extravaganza. 0-1's a score. The T71 CMCD just got taken out by the SU 1:30 PM, the 1:30. Flying Elite from Yeti looking towards the hill, spotting the tanks that are going up the hill. Trying to, anyway. He's on a mission to track some. He's doing 2 missions at once. The Chimera mission to track 3 tanks. And the LT4 for the T55A, the mission as well, to get some tracking shots. Now, I mentioned earlier, the EBR 75 FL10 is the premium tier 8 version of the French wheeled light tanks. It's a 2-shot autoloader. APCR is standard ammunition for this tank. 75mm gun, hence the name. 175 alpha damage, 180 penetration. Heat is premium for 220 penetration. And the HE are still pretty good. 260 alpha damage compared to 175. 260 alpha damage, 75 penetration. The score's 0-1. Flying Elite, kicking back here in a bush, trying to get some early spots. He's already got 749 assisted damage just by finding the right bush and spotting whatever's going up towards the hill. You can see he's got a camouflage net activated, which is going to make it really hard for him to get spotted. And he's decided to take a punt, grab the kill on the Prima Victoria. Now you can see there's a Hawk 12 that's trying to spot those camping heavy tanks back at the base, which is it's a concern. I don't know. Is that the right thing? Is it the right thing to do when you're a heavy tank on this map? Sit back here, only right back on the red line on the IS here with the buildings. That's who the Hawk 12 is trying to spot. And Flying Elite has decided, well, we need to get rid of this bloke. This should be, if he pokes, if I get him from here, this might be an easy kill. But the Hawk 12, he knows what he's doing. He's into a position where he can. Well, he's safe for a little while. Let's see what happens. Flying Elite's decided to start shooting now. Doesn't quite get any damage on the IS-3A. That's the 3-shot auto reloading premium Russian heavy tank. The score's 1-1. Continues to bounce the IS-3A. He's possibly going to start thinking about doing something else. He's dabbed a 2 key now. He's got the heat rounds loaded, specifically for the IS-3A. Nobody's shooting towards Flying Elite. There's 1 artillery on the enemy team, the GW Panther. You'd be mindful of that. Get some more assisted damage as Friendly Artie looks at the IS-3A, and the Flying Elite picks up another kill. Does he get progress for those missions for that? I don't think he has. For the Chimera mission, caused damage 5 times to immobilised tanks. He's got 3 out of the 5 in that one. That's not too bad at all, but he needs to destroy a few tracks as well. Still got the premium ammunition loaded. 2 kills to the Flying Elite from Yeti Clan. In the EBR 75 FL10, 377 damage done, 991 assisted damage. The score's 2-1. He's platooned up with his old mate Napalmer, and Napalmer is up in the top doing what heavy tanks should do. He's not doing what these heavy tanks are doing down here in the south. He's up there fighting it out on the hill. In the Louis, the Tier 8 premium, look out. That was a pretty impressive jump, and it paid dividends. Did you see all that assisted damage a Flying Elite just got from doing that jump? He got it on the Scorpion G, the Oni as well. His assisted damage up to 3,146 hit points now. He'll be saying thank you very much. Let's have a look at the guard. Puts 1 into him, puts 2 into him. The T25-2 shoots him for 212 hit points, and he gets back into this little undulation here, so he's safe while he's reloading, and he can maybe consider looking towards that Hawk 12 over there in the field. The Hawk 12 going for the SU-15-2. Doesn't matter. The Oods gets a kill on the Hawk 12. That brings the score back to 5-3. 1,073 damage done from the Flying Elite from Yeti Clan. 1,073, 3,152 assisted damage. He'll already be rubbing his hands together and saying, "Rightio, this will be a pretty good result." Doesn't land the first shot, lands the second shot into the IKV 90B. He's not trying to drown himself, is he? No, I'm sure he wouldn't be. He's just trying to find a little bit more cover from all those other tanks that are shooting him. He shoots towards the Flying Elite. I reckon he missed that shot. Flying Elite picks up that kill, gets even more assisted damage on the T25-2 that shot him earlier, as well as that Soviet Guard, the Tier 8 premium medium tank. 3 kills to Flying Elite. 1,553 damage done. 3,657 assisted damage. Finds the ISU-152. Now he's going to feel this. If he shoots him, he's going to feel it. He shoots the ISU-152 twice, praying for some assisted damage. So come on, boys. get shot by the P43 TER, which is a better option than the ISU 152. His gun's already reloaded, so he shoots the tank destroyer 2 more times, and that brings his damage up to 2253. He was saying, come on boys, somebody shoot this bloke, because if he shoots me, my head is going to explode. 3 kills to the Flying Elite from Yeti Clan, 2253 damage done, 3657 assisted damage, and yep, you guessed it folks, he's found Artie, but he's shooting the T29 first. I wonder if he knows that. I know that T20, I don't know him, but I know of that T29 player. He's got like a million games in that tank. Anyway, finds a T29, shoots him and tracks him for the mission. That is what the mission is. The mission is to get tracking shots, and that's what well, he wants to win it and turn it into an ace for sure. He wants he'll take the kill, no worries. 4 kills to the Flying Elite from Yeti Clan. There's a Tiger P. He does get the tracking shot on the Tiger P. He's got the damage for there, and he's hasn't quite got the tracking shots for the mission, but I reckon he might get it next time. 4 kills to the Flying Elite, 2641 damage done, 4194 assisted damage. Running around like an absolute legend. 2 tanks remain, and that is the ISU 152 and the P43 TER. The P43 TER, he's on a couple of kills, and I reckon the Flying Elite can possibly take a shot from the P43, but not the ISU. 13-6 is the score. He doesn't want to get hit by that TD. The SU-101 kills the TD, and there is a P43 on full health. He's got to be careful here. The P43 will have enough time to shoot him more than once if he just YOLOs. So he just wants to keep him lit. Get even more. No, he didn't get any spotting damage for that one. The look at that. 2 marks of excellence. This is why. 2 marks of excellence. Look out. The rain. Grabs the 5th kill. Gets the win. And that was a pretty fancy legwork there from the old mate, the Flying Elite, in the premium tank, the EBR 75 FL10. That's the 4th and final replay in today's extravaganza, featuring some wheeled French light tanks, including the premium. And that was the premium Flying Elite, the EBR 75 FL10. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. We knew that was going to be an ace. Spotter medal for all that assisted damage. Fighter for getting 4 or 5 kills. 5 for effect, 6 bonds. You got the Scout medal for all that spotting and the patrol duty as well. Look at all that. Who says these things can't spot? 2,688 hit points of damage done. 5 kills, 1573 base experience. 31 shots fired, 23 hit, 18 penned, 2,688 damage done, 4,741 assisted damage, and your beauty, plenty of credits, 123,307 credits. That's with a premium count. After tax with a premium account. He did have a personal reserve running, but that's what you do when you're running around in your... If you've got the personal reserves, pop a personal reserve for credits, run around in your premium tanks, and you'll just have a game like that. You'll certainly take home plenty of credits, no problems whatsoever. There you have it, folks. That was the Tier 8 premium tank. 2 Tier 7 replays and 1 Tier 6 featuring the French wheeled light tanks. The voice is about to die, so I'm going to wind up today's video. Thank you very much for the replays. Don't forget to check out Crazyb on Twitch and also Flying Elite on YouTube. Links will be down below in the description. Thanks again for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time. Wow, the older I get, the more these extravaganzas take it out of me. But I reckon that was pretty bloody good. What do you think? Are you enjoying the French wheeled light tanks? Do you love them? Do you hate them? I'm leaning towards liking them. Do you think they're overpowered or underpowered? Get the discussion happening. What do you think? I know they've got pros and cons. Some people I know love them, some I hate them. I certainly enjoy it. A very high risk, high reward kind of thing. Once again, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to check us out on Twitch. More giveaways coming really, really soon on Twitch. Links down below. Discord as well. That's probably the best way of getting notified whenever we're doing something pretty excited. And please let us know in the comments. What do you think about the French wheeled light tanks? Do you love them or hate them? Monday, we're going to have a brand new tank on YouTube. Monday, we're going to have a brand new tank which has come into the shop. And of course, Wednesday, there'll be another race featuring a Tier 10 French wheeled light tank. Thanks again for watching. Check us out on Discord and Twitch. Links down below. Facebook too. Ciao.